Yo, what's going on, guys? Evan Tanaka here, back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be ranking the top 30, 25 shooting guards in NBA 2K22 Myteam. We have a tier list here from S, A, B, C, and D. D being the worst tier, that I don't think the cards are very good, to S being the top 5 shooting guards in the game. So we have about, again, I think I threw out 25 shooting guards, and we're just going to rank them, and I'm going to give you my opinion on why they're in the ranking. We're not going to go fully into depth about each card and look at their badges. I'm just going to tell you what tier I think you guys are in, and let me know in the comment section down below what you would change about my list. Did you think it was a good list, a bad list? Be honest, let me know in the comment section down below, and let me know where you would have had some other players. Without further ado, let's get on to the video. If you guys are new here, I am on the road to 600 subscribers by the end of the year, and I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe down below. I post 2 to 3 Myteam videos every single day and give some of the best no money spent content, tips, and tricks on the platform. Let's get on to the video. First shooting guard we have on this list is Amethyst Gary Harris. Now, I think Gary Harris is a really solid card, so I'm going to put him in B tier. I do think Gary Harris is a pretty solid card. I think he can be used pretty well. Again, he's not like the best shooting guard in the game, but I think he's pretty good. Dantley, I don't think is very good, but he's still an okay diamond, so I'm going to put him in C tier, but he's not very good. Bingo Smith is definitely an A tier player. I think Bingo Smith, he's from the diamond token market, and he is very, very good. Like, I've been cooked by Bingo Smith a lot. He's a great shooter. He can not rebound the ball. He can play defense. He can shoot. He can dunk. He can pass. Pretty good card. Bradley Beal is mid tier. He's C because of the fact that all he can do is shoot. And we have a bunch of other players like Devin Booker who can just shoot the lights out and can shoot it a lot better. Beal's still usable, maybe. I don't think so because his defense is terrible. Daryl Griffith, again, is in mid tier. He's definitely more usable, so he's probably the highest in C tier right now, in my opinion. He's definitely over this Dantley card and this Spiro card. He's not bad, not the best, but he's mid tier. C is mid, guys. If I call a card mid, it just means they're C tier. C tier is just mid, because B, like, the card's actually good. A, the card's excellent, and S is the tier. The card's like amazing, top 5 shooting guard, and D is just terrible. Demar Derozan, I think, is in B tier. Again, if you give him the right shoe, you give him the right coach, this guy can actually be a lethal 6'7" shooting guard. Demar Derozan can dunk the ball very well, play some defense, but he can shoot the ball really well if you give him the coach and the shoot boost. But you have to do a lot to make this card usable. But I still think he's B. I still do think he's B. 6'7" shooting guard, that could come in handy. Now, I think Desmond Mason, he is C tier. He's just an athletic guard who could dunk the ball. He could shoot a little bit, but his defense is terrible. Devin Booker does go in A tier because of the fact that he's just a really, really good shooter. And in Unlimited, guys, it's on Online Versus, which is like All-Star Pro, somewhere in there, difficulty. And that's very easy to shoot on. And Devin Booker, being able to shoot the lights out, can just shoot the ball like crazy in Unlimited. He makes every white, every shot, and he is an A tier shooting guard, in my opinion. Next shooting guard is Donovan Mitchell, and I think he is our first S tier shooting guard. In my opinion, he is the best shooting guard in the game, but we'll talk about that a bit later. Oh, sorry, guys, I forgot to add Klay Thompson. I'm going to add Klay Thompson and be right back. So, guys, I was unable to figure out where Klay Thompson is. Like, I can't figure out how to add him. It's just not working right now. Also, I think like a Jordan Poole dropped today. Some other good shooting guards dropped today, maybe in this moment sets. I'm not counting those cards. This is from before those moments cards came out, but I am counting Klay Thompson, and Klay Thompson would be in S tier. So we're gonna have 4 players in S tier, including Klay Thompson. Like, we're gonna have 4 players, so maybe Donovan Mitchell, right, and then 3 other players from this list, and then Klay Thompson is also gonna be in S tier because I know people are gonna be asking. So I should solve the problem. Tucker Robinson, I think he's D tier. I don't like this card at all. I think he's not very good. Nothing much I need to say about him. Dwyane Wade, he's B tier. He's definitely usable. Is he insanely good A tier? I don't think so, but I'm definitely going to have him in B tier. Harden is probably an A tier, maybe S tier. We may move him depending on, because again, I forgot that we have Klay Thompson, and Klay Thompson is definitely better than James Harden. So we're going to keep James Harden in A tier. He definitely could move up to S tier. We're going to have to see real quick. Jason Richardson, I think he's C tier. I think he's mid. Some people really like this card. I am not one of them. I think he's okay, though. Mid cards are usable, maybe. Not Jaylen Brown. That card's actually pretty good. This website's really laggy right now. Jason Richardson, he's okay. I wouldn't use him, but for some people, he might be on their team. Jaylen Brown is another S, maybe A tier. I'm going to have him in S right now, but I definitely could see him maybe being an A. We're going to have to see again, because Klay Thompson's throwing this list off a little bit. It's okay, though. But Jim Paxson is D tier. He is terrible, in my opinion. I do not like this card at all. Now, Kobe Bryant. Wow, this website's lagging. Kobe Bryant is an S tier. Again, we're going to have to see, because we can only have 4 in S tier, including Klay Thompson, and there's still some other good, decent shooting guards. So we're going to have to see here. But LaMelo Ball, again, I think he's mid tier. He's definitely I guess you could say usable in some sort of sense. Actually, I'm gonna go D tier. I'm gonna go D tier. I'm gonna go D tier. He's just outdated. He came out. It was colossal card. He came out on the first day, right? Like he came out literally on the first day. Latrell Spiro, I think he's A tier. I think this card's actually a really good shooting guard. I think he's actually very underrated in the game. So I think I'm gonna put him in A tier. Lou Dort, I'm gonna put him in B tier. I've heard some pretty good stuff about Lou Dort. I've used him a couple times. He's not bad. Luka Doncic, he's C tier. Definitely C tier. Also, guys, I will be going back and editing the list. Like I'll edit the list with you guys. Like this is just my first off like basis, and then I'll like look at it and make sure it's a little bit more even. Marcus Johnson, he's D tier. He's terrible. In my opinion, he's just terrible. Michael Jordan is very underrated. I think he's A tier. He can still get the job done in the best level, like the comp level, whatever you want to call it. He's still a very good defensive shooting guard. He can score the ball a little bit, but a really good defensive guard. Mitch Richman is another A tier card. He's just another Devin Booker lights out shooter. He can create a little bit more than Devin Booker, but he's just a lights out shooter as well. Monte House, I do not like at all, but I put him in C tier. If he was like an amethyst or ruby, I'd probably put him in D tier. I just do not like that card at all. Ray Allen, I think he's just outdated. We just have so many shooters. He's just like a worse Bradley Beal in my opinion. We just have so many shooters. Like you just don't really need Ray Allen anymore because all he can do is shoot. But at the start of the year, that was pretty good because not many cards could shoot. I mean, you could shoot, but he was like the elite level shooter. Now every card can shoot, so it doesn't matter. Richard Hamilton, I'm not the biggest fan of him. I'm gonna have him in S, I guess, but is he better than Harden? I don't think so. I don't think he's better than Harden. I'm going to move Richard Hamilton to A tier. I don't think he's better than James Harden. I just don't believe he's better than James Harden. Richie Giron is another really, really solid card. I'm going to put him in B tier, though. I did use him as my starting shooting guard and backup shooting guard for a while. I really do like this card a lot, Richie Giron. I think he's very underrated. Ron Boone for the shooting guard position, I'm going to have him B tier. I'm personally not a big fan of Ron Boone, even at point guard and at shooting guard. I just don't really like him at all. Terrence Ross, I just don't like Terrence Ross in the game, to be honest. I like some of his cards in past years. I'm probably going to like some of his cards this year. This Ruby card just does not cut it for me. Tyler Hero, I think, is another C or B tier. I'm going to go B. I think he's better than everyone in this tier, but I don't think he's better than like a Dwyane Wade or a Gary Harris, Richie Giron. But I think he's okay. He's a good shooter. He can do some other stuff as well, but I think he's a newer card, so usually the newer cards are going to be higher up in the tiers, right? Like a LaMelo Ball has no way to compete with the Tyler Hero just because they're Ray Allen, right? They do the same thing, but he's just got more badges because it's a newer card, right? Tyrese Halliburton, I hate this card. I'm putting him in D tier. I think he's terrible. And the last card, guys, is Zach Levine. I think he's A tier. He's still a very, very good offensive player. He can score the ball very well. His defense is just kind of ass. But on offense, he can get you a bucket. And I think he's better than pretty much everyone in B tier. He's probably like one of the worst in A, though. I think it's a pretty good list, guys. And then Klay Thompson would be my best shooting guard, then Donovan Mitchell, then probably Kobe Bryant, then Jaylen Brown, then James Harden. Something like that. I know Richard Hamilton, people are probably going to say to put him over James Harden, but I personally like James Harden a little bit better. People might slander the Donovan Mitchell, but let me know in the comment section down below what you guys thought about my list and what you would change. There's obviously going to be many stuff to change. It's a tier list. Everyone's going to disagree. But thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you thought about my list, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.